Hello everybody, how's it going today? It's Frankie here. And oh boy, Ruben Amorim has been sacked. Now I know I should have made a video straight after I heard about it, but it's still recent. It happened today, and when I woke up I saw the headlines and I thought it was fake. You know, there's troll accounts, not troll, but people sort of like make up stuff and just sort of troll and say, this man's been sacked or this man's just going through this. And when I went to, other socials, I found it's legit. And I got mixed feelings about this one. This is the thing that confused me the most. I've got really mixed feelings about this sort of sacking right here. On one hand, it's like I like the manager, I like what he says. But on the other hand, I knew he wasn't right for us. I just knew he wasn't the right man to take this team forward. He's got no pedigree. Yeah, you can say, oh, Solskjaer came in. Yeah, exactly. Solskjaer did come and do a good job. And he doesn't have any pedigree. But that's different because he knows the club inside out. He played for us. So that's different. I'll get onto that soon. But yeah, with this, I don't know what to think. And it doesn't help when the players on the pitch sort of concede silly goals. If that doesn't happen and we nick the 1-0s and we actually nick 2-1s, he would still be in the job, I think, in my honest opinion. But he had to go and, stand up to, I wouldn't say stand up to the owners, but sort of like, talk against them, you could say, saying he hasn't been backed. Of course, hasn't been backed properly. Yeah, people may say he paid this money for this player, he paid money for that player. It's not exactly a big rebuild he did. When he came in, he came in through halfway through last season. And I was saying, why are you sacking the manager halfway through the season? It's like employing someone at your job for like a few years, but then you sack them after because they made a few mistakes in the first few months. That's not how it works. And Jim even said this is the right man to take us forward. Is it? I knew it wasn't. The only good thing about this guy, at least he says better words than Ten Hag did. Difference is Ten Hag can win things. Amorim can't, and he proved that last season. I know. I gotta say it was the year of the underdogs last season. I keep going back to it, but he got beat by Tottenham in the final. Any other manager that was managing us would have probably won that final. Probably. Maybe one or two managers would. Don't know about the others. And that just shows it. And then, it's like the team was played bad. And he did get sacked just because he spoke up against the board, which a lot of other managers have done before. Not like this, though. But he stood up to, he said it and he said he hasn't been backed properly. That's true. Look at Klopp. Klopp got backed. He still stayed there when he should have been sacked for the first 1 or 2 years. You look at Arteta, atrocious the first 2 years I think he was there. Look at him now. Look at his team. He got backed by the owners. This is Man United Football Club and we should really, really be backing the manager. We should be at least helping the manager out. Yeah, okay. I don't think he was the right man still, even if that was to happen. And if whatever players he would have gotten, and if he was getting backed, then I think that the team would suit a different manager with a different playing style. But at least then it would show that the managers, that the owners believe in the manager at least. And it doesn't help when you got this toxic fan base of ours. And yeah, I'm calling this out. Not everybody. I'm calling this, some of these fans that they say, oh, well, we're not good enough. The results have not gone our way. Yeah, we have not beaten poor teams. That's fair enough. But it's a rebuild. You're going to get some mad results like that, embarrassing ones, but you got to find a way to get through that. And all these toxic fans say, oh, that's not good enough, what are we going to do? What are you moaning about? Last season was the worst I've seen us. Last season we were just playing for pride, I guess. It was only be proud, but we were just playing just to see if we can nick a win. Now we're actually competing for a European spot, something that we really would have wanted to go for last season, something we would have taken last season. And now there's fans that are moaning and say it's not good enough. What do you want? We want Brian Ferguson, but there's no other manager like Ferguson apart from Pep, in my honest opinion. And Pep has been managing teams when they already had good players, but he's still a fantastic manager, right? That's the only other manager that I can compare to Ferguson at this moment. No other manager will get close to him. I know these as fans said, "Oh, we've been put in a decline for years. This club's rotten to the core," making it sound like we have not been in the top four or even the top six for like what ever since Ferguson retired. We have been in the top six a few times under different managers. Like we came second under Mourinho, and I'm still going to say it. Oh yeah, but we fell 19 points behind City, and it wasn't good enough. Wasn't good enough. Second place isn't good enough for this club. How I would take Mourinho ball, Mourinho's second season right now. How any of us would take that? He's got the second biggest. He's got the second biggest win percentage at Ferguson at 51% or something. That's just over half, right? I don't know if that. I think that's overall whatever it was, or maybe it's probably first season. I don't know. How I would take him back, and that wasn't good enough. He won us 2 trophies in his first season. On phones. Sorry about that. Yeah, I put my phone vibrate. It was ringing there. Sorry about that. But yeah, how we would take that. He won 2 trophies in seconds, and he came second. He came from sixth to second. That's progress, isn't it? Oh, but yeah, we had matches where we didn't win. So you're going to lose football matches, aren't you? He lost 12 games in 2 whole seasons in the league. Under Amorim combined, we've lost a lot more than that. Even Ten Hag, I'm pretty sure we've lost more than that too. Ten Hag lost more games in one season than Mourinho did in two, I'm pretty sure. I just don't get it whatsoever. Even Solskjaer, I enjoyed Solskjaer. But we got beat 6-1 by Tottenham. So what? As if make it sound like Ferguson didn't have a 6-1 defeat. As if he didn't get beat 5-0. I'll put my phone there, play more there. As if Ferguson didn't have a 6-1 defeat at home, or but it doesn't matter. As if he didn't have 5-0 defeats, 4-1 defeats, 3-0 defeats. As if he didn't have those. Let's be realistic. Defeats are going to happen. But it's where you finish, and it's how you play, and it's how you do overall. Under Solskjaer, we had games where we scored 6. We had a game where we scored 9. But now we have to make sure we score more than 1 or 2 goals now. That's what it's come down to now. I don't think the team is even that bad as they were last season. And still fans complain about Solskjaer finishing second and third. Fans still complained. Excuse me. Why? What's the complaint? Oh, we finished as many points behind. So what? Excuse me again, I burped there. So what? Second and third, we would take that right now at this moment. So people still complain and act as if we had this massive downfall. You know what you're doing. You know what you Talks to fans are doing. You're actually deceiving other people. You're actually deceiving like young football fans that are thinking, oh, we never come close to win. Oh, we never been in the top 4 like this. That's called deceiving people. We've had good seasons. Let's not get it twisted. Ten Hag got us 2 trophies, and we still complained. We would take a trophy right now. Yeah, it may not be it's not going to be the league. I mean, that's disappointing. That's the only thing we're missing. But Ten Hag got us 8th, as if other big teams didn't finish 8th. Let's not get this twisted. There was going to be a bit of standards dropped, but last season was the worst. I think if I said keep Ten Hag for the end of the season, don't no point in putting the manager through half the season, or keeping the manager for a second or third season, but it's only like half of that season. Keep him on until the end. God knows what Ten Hag would have achieved. You know what I mean? He could have got us into a European spot even last season. The football I don't think was that bad in the Ten Hag, but it could have been better. And yeah, I mean, and these football fans will say, well, I've been to games and and I get frustrated all the time. I get that, and I respect that. I respect you fans for going. But at the same time, why don't you manage a club? Why don't you go in there and manage and see if that makes any sort of difference to you? Go in there and manage. You seem to. I mean, what do I know? I got into football at the age of 30, so what do I know? Could have been earlier, but what the hell do I know? Like all these footballers go to games think they're experts now because they go to games and thinking, oh, a 1-0 win is atrocious. Oh, this win is still not good enough for the club. No wonder the players don't want to play well. And they should be doing better. If the defender was better, then we'll probably be sitting having a different conversation. Even that, even if we would have nicked 1-0 against Wolves and nicked 1-0 against Leeds, still would there be fans complaining. Fans are not satisfied with the wins. They are not. I don't care if it's a poor 1-0. I guess I'll take it. I'll take anything at this rate. The defending is poor. I see at this club, the players can't defend properly. That's what's causing us like this. And yeah, I did say we have most of our players out, but we still have enough to score 1 or 2 goals. That's the most I'm expecting. Now Amorim's gone, I think the club's going to be in a bigger mess because we got rid of the manager, because we got no one else stand up. You can't be getting rid of a manager and being like, okay, we'll take a while to look for a different manager. No, you should be having a replacement immediately if you think it's not working. I know they're going to bring in Glasner. Really, I'll bring in Zidane. For the love of God, Zidane. I don't care what people say. Zidane would fix this club round. The strictness from him, he'll bring authority to the team and the dressing room even. But if you're going to bring in someone like Glasner, maybe he plays good football on the price and you want to cut with them, he could be a good employment. I don't mind. Palace are having a bit of a struggle at the moment, but he made them play some good football. Maybe good employment. I heard names like Eddie Howe possibly coming in. Absolutely not. I know you want to cut with Newcastle. Yeah, I don't think he's as good as people make him out to be. He's not a bad manager. He's not right for the club. Even people are talking about giving Moyes time back then. No, Moyes has no pedigree. I want a manager with pedigree. Don't just bring in a manager that's just managed a team for 5 years, kept him in the league, that's it. That's not going to help. That doesn't give me no hope. Even if they win the title chance of us, we won't win anything with a manager with no pedigree. This is what I always say. If we win a cup next season, we have to bring that. We have to go for it. I don't think we're not gonna go for a league anytime soon. We just gotta welcome cups. FA Cup's the only thing we got now. I'm gonna predict something now. We'll probably lose our next 3 games because there ain't no way we're gonna score 4 against Brighton again with the team that we've got. There ain't no way we're gonna win at Burnley because Burnley are fighting to stay up and they would want to beat us. I'm telling you right now, there is no way we're gonna win the next 3. I don't even think we'll draw the next 3, and that's my prediction. If we win those games with Darren Fletcher in charge, that'd be a miracle. That'd be an absolute miracle. And probably there might be a new manager, but I don't know. Interim manager, maybe he might get some at the players. I don't believe it. I have no hope at all whatsoever. And was he bonus something? Maybe. We're not even far from the top 4. The last time we got rid was Ten Hag. Ten Hag, the first half of the season, probably not the best, but he was so close to the Champions League spot. But then we sacked him, got on the manager that probably for me made it worse because we were closer to a bit of the relegation spot. We were never going to get relegated. We just felt like we would just going nowhere. I know wins would have helped, but there's no point of us we weren't doing anything in that league. And I'm kind of glad that we lost at Europa League now because now with how bad the club is at them, with how poor the team has been performing, I'm glad we're not in the Champions League. As much as I wanted another trophy, we got to take a break from trophies now. If we went back to our cards, we got to take a break. Focus on actually playing good football for a change. It hasn't been that much of a disaster. We've had poor defeats, but you know what? We're not even going to lose that many games as we did last season. We're just playing, just get a European spot. Even 7th might be satisfactory with the spot we're in at the moment. This way, we should have taken the Qataris, man. I said this, right? The owners that City have, why don't we do the same in Capiz? It will help us. Having owners like that would suit this club. And again, we don't do it. We make the wrong decision. Jim Ratcliffe, man, what was... Oh, he's the right man for the job. Give him 3 years. See, what you done there, you misled us into thinking that everything was be put in place and everything's going to be honky-dory. It never was. Like, there's United fans that expect this team to play the best football ever after the first season. I know one of them. And they keep saying, well, your football, I don't care. We've been rebuilding for years. We're talking about rebuilding under a manager, not the first, like, not the 13, 14 years. We've been trying to rebuild a different manager for years. And we always seem to get rid of them when there's something happening. Ten Hag, I know for a fact Ten Hag would have probably got us, maybe not fifth to say, probably seventh, maybe conference league position. We got rid of Mourinho. We're not if the way Mourinho started his third season, that's probably due to pressure and him not getting backed enough. Because if in his second season, his team was nowhere near built properly. He didn't have a proper team on him. He had to work with what he had to work with. But he got a tune out of him. Solskjaer got a tune out of his team, but we just fell. We just fell behind. I think was it what he got started in 2022. Yeah, we thought we were in seventh. I know Ragnick took over, but he only managed a few, not that long. So Solskjaer left us in a poor position. He didn't get back. So it seems like we're under pressure. The managers are under pressure at at a certain time of the season, a certain point of the season. I'm glad Amorim spoke about it. He's a good manager, but I don't think he's good for the club. He may have said better things than Ten Hag, but mate, Ten Hag has 2 trophies to show for it. He could have had a third. If he didn't get beat by that treble winning City side. So let's not get it twisted. Ten Hag's got the pedigree. We still got rid of him. Nothing will be good enough for this fan base. Nothing. We could be finished 5 points behind City and we still say, oh, we bottled it. Oh, that's a terrible season for us. Get me second. I know second's nothing. I don't like second. I want to finish below that because he said it makes us look less annoyed at it. But we'll take any of that position. Even if we can't win the league, even fourth, even fifth is not bad. And people still find something to complain about. This fan base, no wonder the fans are under pressure. Oh, well, Ferguson. Yeah, but Fergie football. Ferguson, players back then, and I've watched highlights of these matches, by the way, and I should have got into it earlier. Players back then, damn near every team had quality. You could buy anybody and it would work out. Nowadays, how much quality is out there? Not many. Not many quality. It's not the fact that the team was better. The team worked harder. Yeah, the players were better. If this United team worked harder, it'll be a different story. We should have won more games this season. We're drawing. Not as bad as I thought. I thought we were going to... A lot of fans expected us to lose more games. Just as many as that season. We were unlucky to not be, winning with the draws that we've had. And that's disappointing. Knowing that one. But yeah, look. Don't know what else to say about it. Let me know your thoughts. Yeah, I've got my phone in airplane mode there for some strange reason. It's still ringing right now. Yeah, it's a bit weird. I didn't know. Thought airplane was to, deactivate and turn it off. Yeah, look, I was planning to make this video anyway. There wasn't really much else for me to say. This video shouldn't have gone on for this long. I don't know. I don't know what you think. Let me know in the comments. Because right now, this club is going to... New manager now, it's going to be the same. I'm telling you right now. A new manager, it's almost like you hire a different manager in a company. And they don't really have much of a clue on how to run because it's the first time being there. And the first after there, the company just goes down the drain a bit. And workers sort of don't feel connected and the workers don't really make an effort. The type of manager it is. That's exactly what's happening here. Why are we getting rid of Amorim? It's not like we're going to win anything anyway this season. We're just basically praying to get 4 players, which are only 3 points behind Liverpool for. And like I said, if we was to beat Wolves and we were just to win that league, we'll be above them. Do none of you see how crazy that sounds? Those draws are what could have been. No matter about the losses. We're closer to 4th. I don't care if the league is inconsistent. You got to make the most of it. We're in a European spot. Well, for now, we could finish out of that. It looks like we're not going to finish bottom half. If we do, it might be 11th. Like it's a bit of progress than what we made last season. And people still want to complain. This fan base is so hell bent on the Ferguson years. I mean, as if Ferguson didn't have a poor few years at the club. Oh, we are better players. What's this whole notion of better players type stuff? If you're losing, regardless of who you have on the pitch, it's still poor if you lose a lot of games. If you're getting nowhere in the league, you can't just be, well, they're better players they perform. Yeah, but if that team are better players and they lost a lot of games, they should be criticised more, shouldn't they? Makes no sense to me. This team are not the best team I've seen. It's going to take a long time to rebuild. But if this team gets us a European spot, then you really got to give them some credit. You really do. I would not. For people saying, "Oh, we're bringing Solskjaer back," I wouldn't bring him back. That there's no point of getting rid of a manager that you had to get rid of anyway, just to bring him back in after 3 years. That tells me you're messing around with him, and that's also telling me that you should have kept him. So it makes no sense. Bring somebody different with a new playing style. But please do not get in someone like a Southgate. I don't think we would. But Chelsea got in Leo Messina, so well, I think that's who they're getting in. I don't know. I heard they were getting Zidane. They're getting Zidane. Whew, that would annoy me. Chelsea get Zidane, yeah. I think Messina's. I don't know if it's been confirmed fully, but I did see him have an interview. I don't know. Maybe he has been there, but he wasn't managing for that City game. But yeah, maybe new manager bounce will happen. But you know what? I'm not looking forward to it now. Now against Leeds are tough, and we got with that with a very like depleted team, and we got something out of that. I know what to think. This club is actually in turmoil because of the owner's decision making. Yeah, the players should do better on the pitch, but how can they if the players don't even know what tactics they need to do? If they're not connected together on the pitch, then how can you possibly expect them to actually compete for titles? Depending on the different managers, and they get confused on what they should do. Their tactics are poor. No, it's people saying he's the worst manager ever. Well, that's because he's got a low win ratio. If he had a win percentage of 45 or 50, he's up there. So it's still not making sense. Even people said, "Oh, Van Gaal was even poor." I looked at Van Gaal's results. He's won. He was there was a period he won 6 matches in a row. Could have been 7. That ain't normal. I thought most of his matches were 0-0s. That's some I checked. It's just, he even got a 4th. But it's of his fault, but at least he played a bit better. The season after he won us the FA Cup. So I'm not grateful for that. I did not realise. I do remember some of his results, but I don't remember it being like that. So we did have periods where we actually had a good run, but we're not consistent enough to keep going, and these players need to understand that. But yeah, I think that's it for this one. I don't think there's much more as I can say. I mean, let's just get behind the next manager. Depends on who it is, really. Because right now, I don't think this United team can cause problems. They've shown it in a few games this season, but we need more than that. This team can't. I don't know if how Liverpool playing. Stock could be next to go, and the difference with Liverpool is that they already have a manager lined up. Chelsea usually have managers lined up. We don't. We bring in someone out of desperation. We bring in a player out of desperation. We got to bring in players that are, even the managers, we got to be more prepared. We can't be like saying, okay, let's bring in this manager out of desperation because it's a last minute thing. No, you got to prepare. You got to make sure you actually have a manager that's actually suited for the club. Don't get anybody in willy-nilly. And don't just sack a manager halfway through. Ridiculous. Sacking Amorim just because you spoke about not being backed. I mean, God knows how many times he's went to the board and actually told them about what he needs, the pace he needs. He probably told them so much. He probably had to go at them before the press conference and the post-match conference or whatever it is. Sacking him because of that. That just shows that these owners don't care about the club then. They would have taken that and actually listened to it. Same with what Mourinho said. Same with what Solskjaer said. They would have taken that on board, but they didn't, which shows that they don't care. But I know the owners back then were different, but I know Jim Wacker's a bit more recent. Back in the club for over a year. Was it 2 seasons or something? I don't know how long. But he's already done a poor job. Literally. No, please let me know your thoughts. Please let me know who would you bring in as a manager. And tell me what players you would bring in. I mean, obviously, don't give me a whole list, but give me a few players that you would bring to the club. You know, let me know your take on it. I mean, not a lot of people agree with me on this one, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I said it how it is right there. It's a mixed feeling for me because I knew he was going to be a good manager. I can see it already. But at the same time, I like what he says. He would suit someone like a Forest, I think. Someone like a club like that, basically. That's not that's big, but not too big. I think he came to United thinking he could turn it around just like that, which is a poor idea, by the way. He came into it thinking, I did what Spurs, I'm going to do what here, mate. You're not Mourinho. You know, I don't think these managers realize how big of a job it is. And it's his fault as well for taking it on. If he knew he couldn't handle it, he should have not taken it. It's simple. If you're a manager, you know you can take it. You've managed huge clubs before. You can handle this pressure. He couldn't. You know, like I said, yeah, the players, but the players on the pitch, with not many players that we have and not many valuable players we have, it's a struggle for them to try and play well. They're going to be disjointed in everything. So, yeah, that's my point right there. But not many people see it. They just want to see it from one sided point of view. Like, oh, we should still be fair. We should still be scoring a goal or two. 100%. We have enough there. Cunha and Zirks, that's how they should still do damage. Not as much as we would if we had a full team, but there should be. I'm not going to be at those Arsenal fans that say, oh, we have injuries, so that's why we're struggling. Hell no. Hell no. We should still be doing some sort of work and causing the same outputs that we did when we had that 5-game unbeaten run. Which I don't know, that felt like a long time ago now. So yeah, I think this is it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, please give a like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification below. So see you in my next video.